All right, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with another Alliance War video. Now, first and foremost, we're going to be looking at war number 11 against GT40, but we only have 3 fights in this war. So I decided what we're going to do today is I'm going to take us back to war number 9, the video that I made, the joke video about Brian, you know, with the Hans mask and everything, and I realized there were some fun and interesting, unique fights in there that I'd like to actually showcase for real outside of just a joke. So since this is such a short video with only 3 fights, we're going to jump back to war number 9. I'm going to show you some of those actual fights, man, alright? So, up first, though, we have an interesting one from war number 11, Aggression Prowess, Power Focus 2 Purgatory. But we got our beautiful Spider here. There's literally nothing to worry about with Spidey. Now, every time you hit Purgatory, right, she gains that passive power gain. But with anti-venom on the team, we have the Wither debuff, so we don't even have to worry about that. Essentially, man, I know that I have to get to a special 2, and this fight is literally going to be over, and that's going to be all there is to it, right? So, you know, I'm not too worried about this. Her special 2 is like that Godzilla beam, but she's never going to get there because of the withers and everything. I feel pretty darn safe in this fight, just going to the special 2, and then that's it, man. So that was our section 1. Like I said, just 3 fights, quick, easy, and breezy here. Up next, we have another rematch with Penny Parker on Path 7, but spoiler alert, this one goes just fine, and there's another Penny fight in the, previous war number 9 that I think is a little bit more interesting than this one. I'm not going to show you 2 Penny videos, but obviously, just so you guys know, this one went totally fine, right? We got the KO. There we go. And then the final fight of war number 11 for us was Mango Eggnog on node 54, right? And of course, we got the rank 4 Spidey here, man. And by the way, the big rank 4 gameplay video is on its way. I am working on it. You don't have to worry about that one bit. It's definitely going to be a fun one. But this Mango Eggnog, man, we've taken him so many times. This is our first time taking him with rank 4 Spidey. And of course, it's just an absolute blast here, right? I mean, like, rank 2 Spidey would have absolutely no problem with this guy whatsoever. The only thing you have to watch out for is the global. We love looking at those ruptures just burst and explode here, right? Absolutely amazing. The main thing I'm looking out for in these fights against Mango Eggnog is just the global. Because his power gain, man, is literally working against him at this point. It's working against this guy, where the power gain is hurting him more than helping him, which it usually does help him, but not this time, man. We're actually going to go for the special 1 here, just because, like, hey, let's get him in the corner, you know? Why not? Wait out for the global, and hit him on the block a couple times, push him over a bar, and that's it, man. So, like I said, war number 9 was pretty interesting, man. I have this rank 3 6-star Black Widow Clairvoyant that I never ever use. And we're using her in war. So that's pretty interesting, right? And she felt pretty smooth, man. I highlighted the fights a little bit here, in that video I made, but I was a little nervous for these fights, not gonna lie, man. I got, we got the plan and everything. I was like, I'm not super sure about Black Widow Clairvoyant. I don't use her too often, and people were like, dude, it's like literally so easy, it'll be fine. I was like, what's the strat? Let's talk about it. I was like, is the strat, get into poison phase, get to special 2, and just turn everything off? And they're like, yep. So here, essentially, when he gains a buff, right, we're gonna get a power drain on us. And I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. So here, let me go ahead and get up here, and yeah, there we go. Now, funny enough, man, he goes immune to nullify every couple seconds, right? Buff immunity does not count, but when he would be immune to that nullify, we're gonna gain power based on her, abilities, right? Which is pretty cool. But there won't be any buffs as long as that buff immunity is up. Now, another thing here, okay? What I'm looking out for is the global, right? I see two timers that look identical. I don't know what is what, but I do know that when the buff immunity is up, I don't have to worry about it, okay? That's the important thing. Because if the buff immunity is up, he won't gain an armor up buff and he won't go unstoppable. Okay? So, that was the first fight with Claire. First time I've ever used Claire in war. Felt pretty smooth, right? Up next, man, we're taking a Penny Parker on an interesting node on 26 here. Window of opportunity stun, blood in the water, defective defense, okay? So I don't want to be taking any blocked hits here, right? I want to pretty much do the entire fight hitting into her block. Otherwise, I'm going to get that defective defense disorient buff, and I don't want that debuff on me, right? So, same strat pretty much that I want when I take Penny on path 7 all the time. I'm going to be hitting into her block primarily here. I'm going to be letting the withers, take her down. Once I get the shield down with Penny, I typically do parry and I hit her from there. But I'm not really going to be doing that because I don't want the disorient buff on me. Now, I can get rid of the disorient buff by holding block for 1.2 seconds, but I'm not letting her hit me anyway, so regardless, man, not too concerned about it. But as you can see, the shield is about to go down right when she's at the 20 ruptures, man. So, there we go. She's got 17 ruptures, the wither is still on. We're going to try and bait out the special one here because we can go ahead and just counter it, naturally. But this is, it's definitely an interesting place for Penny. She's annoying anywhere that you fight her. I feel like the most common places are here on path 3 in section 2, on path 7 in section 2, and also on node 55, the top right mini boss. There are definitely different encounters that work all over there. But for here, I do like Spidey just because, I feel like I have to parry with Spidey the least when I fight her. So we felt, we sent a Magneto here, the war prior. It took like 3.5 minutes of pretty much just like hitting into her block. And I was like, well, if we're just going to be hitting into her block, I'm going that way. Why don't I just do it with Spidey? And it worked out just fine. Just fine here, right? She has one on her shield, so one more hit, boom, there we go. We pretty much let the ruptures do all the work here. Look at this, that was a 7-hit fight. Pretty freaking cool, man. Pretty freaking cool. Up next, we have some more Overseer fights. Overseer, why the heck did I say that? Black Widow Clairvoyant, that was weird. Don't know why I said that, man. We have more Black Widow Clairvoyant fights. Now, I'm reading these nodes, I'm like, I want to make sure I got everything on me, or I understand everything when I'm going in. This time, I was running 150% Mystic Boost in Section 1. Now, I'm running a 200% Mystic Boost, and I put on, I think, 1 or 2 points in Mystic Dispersion. Like I said, I've never really used Claire in war. I didn't want to overshoot the power. Of course, Angela started Unstoppable, right? So, I have Mystic Dispersion on, I have a 200% boost on. Let's see if we can start cycling some special 2s, man. Because that's going to be fun, if we could. Right? So she's Nullify immune now. That's always fun. We love some Nullify immune stuff. But the 200% boost, man, oh baby, gets us just back to another special 2. Let's just chain it. We're stealing power. The 200% boost is getting us back. Mystic Dispersion is alive and well. And this is another special 2 right away. And look at our power. We're back to another one, man. To think I didn't really want to use Claire in this war at first, and she ended up feeling so smooth and so good. I really enjoyed it. I thought that she was amazing for all these fights that I used her on. I really, really did. Really solid stuff. Up next, we have a Venom. And both of these fights, I was like, I feel like they're going to be sketchy. With the global, Angela started Unstoppable, but she didn't even have the chance to go Unstoppable again. Now, there's Rich Get Richer here. There's other stuff as well, but there's also the global on Venom. And the global on Venom really almost got me against Spidey 2099 a few wars ago, and I think it was war number 6, I think. And I'm putting on 1 additional point in Mystic Dispersion here. I felt like I needed a little bit more on that last one. And like I said, man, at first I was like, I'm not sure about the global. The global might be rough, but the global literally does not exist once we get this buff immunity on. It's crazy. The buff immunity debuff is very powerful. It's a very, very, very unique and powerful debuff there. It's literally quite genuinely turning off the global, turning off all of his buffs so that he doesn't have the chance to gain an armor up buff to go Unstoppable, which is huge. It's also, by the way, like, you know, in general questing purposes, you don't want to put on power boosts and stuff like that all the time. But in war, it's pretty common. So Black Widow in her power steal phase with a mystic boost on, it is pretty like it's pretty powerful, man. I mean, like we're just kind of like hitting the special 2 button here, while after baiting out specials. Like it's look at this, combined with mystic dispersion. If you set her up right, man, she's gonna have a very, very good time. All right, and up next we got a man thing. We got a man thing here. This is a bit of a beefy man thing. 200,000 health. Right, it's a 6-star rank 3. It's on kinetic transference and all that fun stuff. Feat of Indestructible, you guys know all the nodes by now, right? We take this one all the time. This is where we typically fight our Mojo. We do our Dex Parry Heavy method. However, with Man-Thing's animations, he kind of does, like, you can't really parry him right away. So it's more so like a Dex, wait for him to go back, parry, heavy. You know, and the strat here, it's pretty simple. It's going to be like pretty much the same thing we do against Mojo. However, at the same time, we're going to have to watch out, you know, for the unstoppable there, because that could be not the most fun, right? So what I'm doing here is eating a heavy attack, because that seems like the most fun thing we could possibly do at that moment, right? So I'm saying to myself, okay, the global's coming. And it's like kind of like being a little unpredictable here. Not unpredictable, but it's being a little, it's adding an additional factor here that I just don't want to deal with, right? So I'm going for the special 3. Did I have to do this? Probably not. Did it make the fight a little bit longer? Definitely. Am I glad I did it? Yes. Because now at this point, the global's gone. No more global. No more unstoppable. Right? He might go stun immune, but I mean, that's not that big a deal. I can keep an eye for that. If I have to hit him, right? That's fine. But at this point, I'm going for the special 1 because I want additional debuffs on this guy. And I want additional physical damage on the ruptures. Like I said, this is a beefy, big man thing. And I'm controlling his power. So I don't mind, you know, like taking a bit of extra time to really set up properly in this fight. Getting even more physical vulnerability here, which is just, it's beautiful, right? So now at this point, I'm like, all right, let's start going for like probably some special 2s, okay? And keep in mind, kinetic transference, right? We can go ahead and block, and then his power is gone. And every single time he crosses, he's going to be having some rupture bursts. However, unfortunately, we didn't have any rupture on him at the time. So now we got to build up to a special 2. And once we do that, we're set up nicely. Like I said, man, I don't mind taking the time to build up in this fight because I want it to be as safe and efficient as possible. So yeah, this fight may have taken a little bit longer than it had to, but watch this. No regrets. No regrets at all, man. The physical vulnerability was high. I had the slow debuff on. But as I said, that was too long. It was just too long. Probably didn't need to do it, but I'm glad I did. We got one more fight. Where'd I go there? Against a Mango Eggnog boss. A Mango Eggnog boss. Have I taken a Mango Eggnog boss recently with this global? I don't think so. I don't believe I have. I don't know if I ever have, actually. But this boss, man, is sweet. I fought Mango Eggnog before, many times with Spidey. Keep in mind, this is still at this point rank 3 Spidey. Okay? And I'm saying to myself, like, dude, do I have to go for special 3 against Mango Eggnog? Like, is it really that big of a deal if he goes unstoppable for 4 seconds? I was like, I just fought Man-Thing for 25 minutes. Do I have to fight Mango Eggnog for 45 minutes? I don't know. I'm going to build up some ruptures, see how we're feeling. He's not unstoppable here. I'm like, you know what, man? What happens if we just, like, kind of go for the special 2? Yeah, I said, okay, you know what? He's down to 57% health. I think we're good. Let's watch out for the global. He's unstoppable. That's okay. That's all right. Let's just go ahead and keep doing this. I feel like if we go for another special 2, that could be fun. Or maybe we don't need it. Watch his health. Ready? Watch his health. It's just like nuts, man, what he does. It's just nuts. And this was, you know, the time when I did pass Brian's spot on the streak board about a week ago. But yeah, if you didn't see that video, go watch that video. If you didn't see Brian's video, go watch Brian's video. It was super duper funny, man. Absolutely hysterical. Lots of fun to make one back as well. But yeah, man, you know, war number 11 only had 3 fights, and I made that video and I was like, I could show these off too, give people an actual video to watch. I felt like the war number 9 was pretty cool with Claire and everything. So I enjoyed doing that war. I wanted to show it off for real. But that's it for this one, man. It's a little double duty war video. If you enjoyed it, drop your boy a big old like. Let me know what you think. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the final war number 12 video coming to you probably tomorrow. We got 10 fights in that one, and we're fighting for a top spot in the ranking, so it's going to be a little fun. All right? So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. Like, comment, do all the other stuff. I'll be seeing you around, man.